Good morning, students, and welcome to another online physical science classroom of St. Michael's Academy. Today I am going to continue the second part of water chapter. So let's start the class. Water is a chemical compound. It can be proved by the following arguments. These points are very important, so please remember the points carefully. Water is produced by the chemical combination of hydrogen and oxygen. The product water shows no properties of hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen burns in blue flame while oxygen doesn't burn in itself but helps combustion for others. None of the properties exist in water. So water is neither combustible nor the supporter of combustion. It is spread over fire to douse instead. So water is a compound having new property. Actually, this is the definition of a compound in the first chapter, that is matter. You have already read this. I don't know whether you have remembered this or not. In a compound, actually generally a compound made up of minimum two elements. Addition of minimum two elements or more than two elements. And in a compound, no properties of those elements will be present. So here also same thing happen. Oxygen and hydrogen have their own properties, but which is completely different from water. So it is the first proof that water is a chemical compound. The second one now. The constituents of a mixture are easily separable by means of physical process, but the constituents of a compound are not easily separable. The two constituents of water cannot be easily separated. So water is a compound only when water is heated above 2000 degrees Celsius. It is dissociated into constituent elements. Take an example of mixture first. Suppose when you are giving some sugar into water. So it's a mixture of sugar and water. Sugar can be easily separated from water. That's why it is a mixture. But from water, hydrogen and oxygen gas cannot be easily separated. It only happens above 2000 degrees Celsius by a strong chemical process. It also proves that water is a chemical compound. Now number 3 points. A large amount of heat is produced when water is produced by the combination of hydrogen and oxygen. If water is a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen, heat would not be produced. Take the previous example. No water is produced when sugar and water, that mixture we used to prepare. Now next one, water is homogeneous in nature, that is, the composition density are the same in all parts of the substance. So water is a compound. Generally, mixtures are heterogeneous in nature. That means hetero means different and homo means same. So that means density and composition aren't the same in all parts of a mixture. The next one, pure water boils at a fixed temperature to transform into vapor and freezes at a fixed temperature to transform into ice. You know the temperature. First one is 100 degrees Celsius and the second one is 0 degrees Celsius. So pure water has a fixed boiling temperature and a freezing temperature. So water is a compound, not a mixture. And finally, on electrolysis of water, two different substances, namely hydrogen and oxygen, are obtained. So water is not an element, it is a compound. Already I have told you the total process and the different examples, including water, in electrolysis slides. So hope so you have understood why water is a chemical compound and it is not a mixture. Now the another topic, that is chemical decomposition. Chemical decomposition or chemical breakdown is the process or effect of simplifying a single chemical entity, that is normal molecule, reaction, intermediate, etc., into two or more fragments. Chemical decomposition is usually regarded and defined as the exact opposite of chemical synthesis. Chemical decomposition, decompose means breakdown. Okay, so here the process or effect of simplifying a single chemical entity into two or more fragments. That means one compound will be divided into two elements. That is called chemical decomposition. And what is chemical synthesis? Which one is just opposite of chemical decomposition? Chemical synthesis is the artificial execution of usual chemical reactions to obtain one or several products. This occurs by physical and chemical manipulations, usually involving one or more reactions. In modern laboratory uses, the process is reproducible and reliable. That means generally chemical synthesis is a very important process in modern science. So you can see the diagram. This is chlorine, this is sodium. This is actually chemical decomposition. So that is NaCl molecule decomposes into sodium and chlorine. Like this, suppose AB is a compound, it will be decomposed into A and B. These two are elements. Hope so you have understood what is chemical decomposition and chemical synthesis and what are the differences in between these two. Next one is what is thermal decomposition. This is the last portion of water chapter. Thermal decomposition or thermolysis is a chemical decomposition caused by heat, because you know thermal means heat. The decomposition temperature of a substance is the temperature at which the substance chemically decomposes. The reaction is usually endothermic as heat is required to break chemical bonds in the compound undergoing decomposition. Now see the diagram carefully. This is the example of thermal decomposition. See, heat has been given. This is a test tube where copper carbonate CuCO3 actually has been taken. After giving heat, it is decomposed. This is copper and carbon dioxide gas is going out, and this is copper oxide left within the test tube. So this is a good example of thermal decomposition. Hope so you have understood that this is the most easiest chapter in your syllabus. So thank you students and have a nice day.